A few years ago on this station, local philanthropist Nate Winski brought to this station an item that he read on a 4th of July holiday weekend called I Am the Nation. He picked it up from Chicago columnist Irv Kupcinet, had permission to broadcast it here on WIMS. We deemed it necessary to play it again for you. It seemed fitting on this bicentennial weekend. Pre-recorded and affectionately known locally as Uncle Nate Winski. Here is Nate Winski, local philanthropist here in Michigan City with I Am the Nation.
I was born July 4th, 1776, and the Declaration of Independence is my birth certificate. The bloodlines of the world run in my veins because I offered freedom to the oppressed. I am many things and many people. I am the nation. I'm 187 million living souls and the ghost of millions who have lived and died for me. I am Nathan Hale and Paul Revere. I stood at Lexington and fired the shot heard round the world. I am Washington, Jefferson, and Patrick Henry. I am John Paul Jones, the Green Mountain Boys, and Davy Crockett. I am Lee and Grant and Abe Lincoln. I remember the Alamo, the Maine, and Pearl Harbor, and when freedom called, I answered and stayed until it was over there. I left my heroic dead in Flanders fields, on the rock of Corregidor, and on the bleak slopes of Korea. I am the Brooklyn Bridge, the wheatlands of Kansas, and the granite hills of Vermont. I am big. I sprawl from the Atlantic to the Pacific. I am more than 5 million farms. I am a forest, field, mountain, and desert. I am quiet villages and cities that never sleep. You can look at me and see Ben Franklin walking down the streets of Philadelphia with his bread loaf under his arm. I am Babe Ruth and the World Series. I'm 169,000 schools and colleges and 250,000 churches where my people worship God as they think best. I'm a ballad dropped in a box, the roar of a crowd in a stadium, and the voice of a choir in a cathedral. I'm an editorial in a newspaper and a letter to a congressman. I am Eli Whitney and Stephen Foster. I am Tom Edison, Albert Einstein, and Billy Graham. I am Horace Greeley, Will Rogers, and the Wright brothers. I am George Washington, Carver, Daniel Webster, and Jonas Salk. I am Longfellow, Harriet Beecher Stowe, Walt Whitman, and Thomas Paine. Yes, I am the nation. I was conceived in freedom, and God willing, in freedom I'll spend the rest of my days. May I possess always the integrity, the courage, and the strength to keep myself unshackled and to remain a citadel of freedom and a beacon of hope to all the world. This is my wish, my prayer, on July 4th, 1976, 200 years after I was born.
It seemed fitting to bring you this reading by Nate Winski, local industrialist and philanthropist, on this bicentennial weekend. Reading I Am the Nation, Nate Winski, pre-recorded. As a public service of WIMS Radio, this is John Carpenter.